10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and My Eyes. Sorry it's been a while. Obviously, we did the prize draw this morning and decided to jump on and do a look ahead because it's something happening tomorrow. I'm not too sure what it is, but something's definitely happened. Evening all, who's buzzing their bits off for tomorrow? I've just signed up to Sky Sports, luckily at discount, just to arch the game instead of a shitty stream. I like it. Evening all, even Leslie. Go on by the sun, thanks Ian. And evening Lee, thanks for joining us. The usual stuff, guys. If you want to become a member, there's the link. We give away this today to Scott Moran, who was the lucky winner of the Warren Barton signed shirt. Right. Evening, Mauro.
Evening.
On time.
Had to do it once.
I was
Just
shocked.
kidding.
There's a massive party going on at.
Yeah, I saw the chants and on the street. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. But first of all, there's a little bit of news that Ryan Fraser is now training with the club's under 21s. Is unlikely to return to the senior setup. We knew he was supposed to leave in January, but a move never materialised, Mauro. Is this really a wise move for us to put him in under 21s? Do you think there's been a falling out? Because, I mean, we're short on players.
Yeah, there must have been something behind the scenes because he was all from his Bournemouth days. He was always teacher's pet. He was always a big worker. He was always very much liked by Eddie Howe. So. And vice versa, and I really don't understand. It's probably something that happened behind the scenes that is causing this. Because I think he has still enough quality for the current squad to be playing, at least coming from the bench. So there must have been something else.
I mean, there was the issue at Bournemouth when he was in the last. They knew they were going down. Or Ryan Fraser knew they were going down. He refused to play for them. Everton bound would be likely. We thought he was going to go there. But I don't know if that's maybe boiled over, but it didn't look like it when Eddie Howe first turned up. Fraser was quite an integral player for us staying up. He was playing a lot. So it's a bit of a surprise, isn't it?
It surprised me a lot. Yeah, he was playing a lot last season and was important wheel in our vehicle to achieve to stay away from relegation. So I was a bit surprised. I know that he was injured at the start of the season for a bit, but then later when he came back, I was surprised he wasn't involved more. So yeah, there must be something else going on.
There's definitely something strange, isn't there? I've got the Liverpool game on, so everyone wants to know the score. It's 0-0. Liverpool nearly shot themselves in the foot with a poor back pass, but the keeper saved it well. But Liverpool have been dominant, to be honest with you. We could do with Palace getting a draw tonight to help our top 4 chances. But let's see what happens. And agree, Leslie. Definitely agree with there's something definitely happened. And as I speak, Liverpool nearly scored. Right, it's one day to go, guys. One more sleep. One more sleep, and this club could finally win something since 1969. We've had near misses, a lot of near misses in my time. Semi-finals of FA Cups, finals of FA Cups. We've never done well in this competition no more, ever. Apart from one little run that got us to a quarter-final, and that's about it, really. So it's a bit of a surprise to be this far in this tournament, but it's welcomed, obviously.
Absolutely.
How excited are you?
Absolutely, very exciting, and yeah, I agree. We've never done well in this competition, and one of the reasons was in the last 14 years it wasn't really well regarded, or even gave a good try every year in it under Mike Ashley. So it wasn't even possible, but. I know it's only a EFL Cup final, but it's still a final. It is a trophy, and I feel very excited for it. And no matter what happens tomorrow, whether we win or lose, I still happy of the squad, of the effort that guys gave this season, both in the league and the cup. But it would be really cherry on top to start our new journey with a trophy, and the first of many, we hope.
Well, you think about it, Man City and Man United in the eras that they were in, this trophy was what kick-started everything, wasn't it?
Yeah, both Chelsea and Man City started with the League Cup trophy.
And again, when you think about the new eras of Man United under Ten Hag, the new era under the Saudi Arabian PIF Fund and Eddie Howe, this is massive to start their era off, isn't it?
Of course it is, and it is a trophy. It would be a great start, and as I said before, one of many to come, but it would be a perfect start, and win against Man United in the final, it would be really something special.
Yeah, definitely. Ray, I think we're definitely going to finish in the top 7 quite comfortably, to be honest with you. It's whether we can get higher or not. It's mad in London already. It is. I've got lots of pictures to show. We're all hoping you're wrong. We're definitely all hoping that Steve's wrong, because we want to win this. My only thought is we struggle to score. We can defend like anything, but if it goes to penalties, we won't win, and I think that's what we will get. Bobby Rashford was on the Man United bus. What does Ten Hag think? He's not good at mind games. I think Rashford's going to play, but we'll come to that a little bit later on. The official program is brilliant. I received it today, and it's a great read. I do need to get online and order one, to be fair. So this is what some absolute amazing flags going around, all stolen off Facebook and Twitter to show everyone, there's some quality stuff out there. It's amazing to see it all. There's Trafalgar Square being taken over. Just crazy scenes. Some more flags. Oh, that's a brilliant one, that one from the takeover.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, you want Eddie Howe. Players don't want to live in Newcastle, all the crap that we had to take.
Yeah.
That's great as well. Jody said, thousands of them. And then someone's done the whole Angel of the North up as well with a Wembley shirt, which is fantastic. And someone's got their Wembley home shirt printed. And there's the scenes at the moment. What we're missing out on, it's unbelievable. Absolutely gutted not down there. There's more stuff as well, obviously, in pubs, businesses. Bruno's Magic Hats flag, absolutely fantastic as well. Yeah, just unbelievable scenes, especially that one.
Yeah. I was just listening to a video of the fans singing, and only you can hear is Newcastle fans and their songs. There was none of Man United or just all Newcastle.
It's all Newcastle fans there. We've took over. Barry, 5th gets you Europa League, but we don't want as a doorway to Champions League football and better players. I would love Champions League football, but it's a big fight to get that top 4. Europa League would be fantastic. I think it goes down to 7th to get into, because if Man United win this trophy, they're obviously going to finish in top 4 by the looks of things. It would then go down to 7th place for that Europa Conference. So I think we're going to finish in some sort of Europa. European football spots. Got mine in Northumberland Street on Friday. Happy Bunny, brilliant. I'll just take that off.
Yeah, I think if Man United, it won't happen, but just theoretically speaking, if Man United wins tomorrow, I think number 5th and 6th place would bring Europa League, and number 7 would bring Conference League. So in any case, I can see us finishing lower than 6th. So.
Yeah.
We should be able to get Europa League at least, but hopefully to be Champions League in the end.
Oh, everything crossed for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait for the display tomorrow as well. Apparently, Man United have been down there early and put loads of flags on the seats, which their club have paid for. And obviously ours is all crowdfunded, so it just shows you, doesn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
Palace should have scored. Really good chance from a free kick. Barry, we're stuck with Castori next season, right? I know we get a new shirt. I've heard Castori will be gone because they can't keep up with demand and they're not sticking to the contract. So we'll wait and see on that one. I mean, it's up in the air, isn't it? So hi, Paul. Show is already shared everywhere. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. Did you see Bruno? Yeah, we're going to come to that. Aren't bad. It's meant to be all right, Baz. I'm not sure. We're going to climb back to third, lads. Oh, I hope so. I honestly do. Yes, Ray, brilliant. Hi, guys. It's 8th place, 4 get Champions League, 2 get Europe, and 2. Oh, right. Fair enough. That's even better. We're definitely going to finish in the top 8, aren't we? I'll be surprised if we don't. So on to Eddie Howe. Obviously said I would love to win a trophy, whether it's this season or next. It's my dream to achieve great things here. We've heard this quote before, and it just epitomizes everything about Eddie Howe as a manager, isn't it? He wants to improve us. He wants to do well. He wants to win something for this city, doesn't he?
He wants, and he wants to do it passionately. You can just feel his passion whenever he speaks about it, and you can see that he's not just feeling this as just another job. He's all in this project. He's all in with the fans, all in with the history of the club. And when he speaks, you just can hear the passion out of his words. And I would also love for him to get this trophy, also for all the work he has done, and then hopefully next season to become the first English manager to win a Premier League also.
Ray, so Barry, have you got enough room on your screensaver for the new top players coming in this summer? I wish, mate. I'm going to have to get some new disk space and all that sort of stuff to be able to fit all that on. It's going to be a crazy rumour summer, and we'll try and cover it as much as we can, as we always do. But yeah, Eddie Howe is obviously the transformation of this team to get to a final in his first full season as manager. From a team that was nearly relegated and he saved, it's a top feat, isn't it?
It is. It's unbelievable. I just remember all of my friends and other people teasing me and on Twitter everywhere, teasing us that we'll be the richest club in the championship, that we are doomed, that there is no way that we'll fight off relegation, and now to be at this position on 5th position in the league, to be in the cup final is just unbelievable. It just shows what has everybody done, from Eddie Howe to Dan Ashford to the owners, everybody at club, and the players, of course, they just did brilliant. They probably couldn't have done better than they did.
I agree. What do you make of Kevin Keegan going to be doing a talk, I believe, to the players tomorrow? I'm all for that, because Keegan was a great man motivator, wasn't he? And if anyone can get that group going alongside Eddie Howe, it's the King Kev, isn't it?
Absolutely. And all of the players from England and from Newcastle, but all of the others who know at least a bit about the history of the club know who Kevin Keegan was, and his words can just push them to play better and to be in better spirit. So it's absolutely a good choice to do it tomorrow.
Yep, Steve, I absolutely agree. We're only a point behind. We could do with Spurs getting beat tomorrow. They play Chelsea, don't they?
Yeah.
We will keep on pushing. Barry, I think the team who got us to the final will get picked tomorrow. We're going to come into teams soon. We're building up to it, I promise you. This is what other people have been talking about. So obviously Phoenix Windows have put a lovely little thing from the sound of the first whistle to the very last kick. We know you'll be giving it all. Good luck on UFC. How are the lads? It's great to see that. And then Bruno and Joe Linton have both got a little love heart, black and white love heart in their hair. They really do things as a pair now, don't they, them two?
Yeah.
They look after each other on the pitch. They've got the same hairstyle. They're kind of like twins, but not twins.
Yeah, they are. It's just great to see that players from whole other part of the world, like Brazil, have given so much to the Newcastle culture and to the club, and that they feel about the success and the club like they do. And it is, yeah, it's just amazing to see. And I bet Bruno is looking forward to playing after his ban, and he'll be on 100% tomorrow from the start.
Yeah. I'm absolutely peeing myself laughing. Liverpool had a free kick there on the 20-yard line, 19, 20 yards out. They've done a little fake pass like Shearer used to do, remember, with a little knock to him to hit it. And he's hit it to Trent, and Trent nailed it straight off Henderson's head. And it was flying in as well. It would have been 1-0. So brilliant. 10 wins will get us Europe, mate. Maybe top 4, slam game, one game at a time. It's always one game at a time. Even by tomorrow, it's really happening. What a last year magic. It really is. Our biggest game of the season, I believe we can win. This is huge. It's not just the season, it's the start of a new era, isn't it? It's the biggest game of this era so far, since surviving, I guess, which wasn't even that long ago. Bruno, when I signed for Newcastle, I wanted to put my name in history of the club, and this is a big opportunity to start that process. So even Bruno saying this is just the start. It's not, I'm going to win this and I've wrote my name in history. This is me starting history and building on it and making it bigger. It's everything you want to hear from him, isn't it? Because he's literally our franchise player, isn't he? He's literally the big player of our team, of our squad.
Absolutely. As they say in Football Manager, he's our midfield general. He is the one who leads the troops in the battle, and absolutely our key player. And yeah, it's just great to see him so involved. And as I said, he'll be 100% tomorrow, and hopefully he'll have an amazing game, and we are going to win this trophy.
I sure hope so. Yeah, and Mary, I am absolutely nervous as anything. No, John, I'm not going to the game. There's a lot gone wrong, which I can't comment on because there's a lot going on. But I will let everyone know about it when it's all finalised and finished and sorted. Hi, Paul. It's a small world. It really is a small world. Paul's everywhere. Hi, everyone. We're going to win. I hope so. Bruno lifts players around him. He does, exactly. Bruno's been massive for us. Barry's the best transfer to ever happen in the Prem for that price. He's a £150 million player. He is definitely up there as that price. I'm hoping Wilson was holding a bit back the last few games and he goes for tomorrow. Do you know what it is? If Wilson scores the winner and pulls his hamstring, he can be out for the rest of the season. I don't care. Jolinton's piece in the programme talks about Bruno. There you go. You know, that just epitomises the friendship, doesn't it? Bit of a weird little stat from the Newcastle Stat Bomb, the official account on Twitter. They're brilliant. Newcastle United striker Callum Wilson scored at Wembley for England against USA in November 2018. He could become just the third player to score for both Newcastle and internationally at the stadium, after Jackie Milburn and Robert Lee. Obviously, Robert Lee was in the semi-final of the FA Cup when we got beat 2-1. We were absolutely robbed. That was my first taste of Wembley and a horrible defeat. Cried, robbed, Bobby Robson era. But Callum Wilson could write his name into that history book, couldn't he?
Yeah, it would be amazing. I'll be so happy for him to achieve that because he's been a great player for us. And yeah, hope he does it. It will bring us closer to victory tomorrow.
Exactly. I don't think they're having a bus if they lose. I'm sure someone said they weren't doing it. They're only having one if they win. Evening, Craig. Mary, I share all channels everywhere to help us grow. He does. And everyone jump on Paul's channel as well. Bruno is definitely an inspiration. All kids look up to him now. Used to be the number 9, but it's now the number 39. I know you forgot his number there. It is 39, isn't it?
39,
yeah. I'm honestly not going to watch it. What? Just not able. Oh, my nerves won't take it. Hope we show up if we do win. Start the same as Liverpool. Come on, Phil, you've got to watch it. Hi, Roger. You in London tonight? London's just looks mint. Now, this man obviously he gets a lot of praise from me. He's the one marquee signing I wanted to see in the summer. I wanted to see him in last January, but it didn't happen. So glad when we signed him, and just he oozes class. And he oozes class off the pitch as well. So the people here are just lovely, man. So kind in the city, and it's really easy to settle down here. The city, the fans, the people around the club, the coaches, me, everybody's just on the same page. It's amazing to see. And this is a guy who's won the French league. Him and Trippier are the two people who really have the experience of winning something. So the group are going to really get around that, aren't they, and try and get a feel for it and look to their experience. Even though Botman's only 22, it's the experience of winning something and being that cool under pressure. They're going to rely on them two, aren't they? Especially both of them being at the back.
Yeah, absolutely. There are two big players in the dressing room and around the team, and it's great to see that Botman has settled so quickly, and he's been one of our best players this season. He's been absolutely amazing in that defense and transformed it totally. And I bet they will rely heavily on Botman and Trippier tomorrow and their experience.
Definitely, they've got to rely on that, and obviously with Kevin Keegan coming in and talking as well, it's all gonna. I mean, you've got. I feel for Byrne and Longstaff being fans as well. They're obviously going to be at the game and playing it. You know, Byrne actually came up and said, in a weird way, I wish I was a fan again rather than a player, because I could go down with my mates and have a drink and soak up that atmosphere, and then get in the ground and watch the team hopefully win something. But he has a chance to put himself into history, doesn't he?
Absolutely. I bet it will be like double nervous for them, as they are both players and the fans at the same time. But there are also our key players, and hopefully they have a great game tomorrow, and it will be even better for them.
I hope so. Because let's talk about Man United very quickly, or Manchester Red. This is what SofaScore have put their team out as a 4-2-3-1. David De Gea, who's just been fantastic recently, he's rediscovered his form, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great recently, and the whole of their defense was really amazing in the latest run. Yeah,
so there's a toss-up between Dalot and Wan-Bissaka for a lot of Man United fans, because they think they're going to be coming up against ASM. Now, we aren't sure whether he's going to start or not. A lot of people are saying if ASM starts, they'd rather have Wan-Bissaka back as right back to cope with him. So that shows you how scared they are of him. But if ASM doesn't start, then Dalot is the main man at right back, which is very interesting to hear from them. Varane and Martinez have been absolutely fantastic. Luke Shaw's rediscovered his form. I mean, I would have took him in January, and a lot of people laughed at me. But he's now showing why he is England's number one left back, isn't he, Mauro?
Yeah, he's been playing great lately, and also he had some games even in the central defense, and he was also great over there, which is surprising because I don't think he ever played that before. But he was really good, and they have a strong defense. And as you mentioned, playing Saint-Maximin would get you Gus a double bonus, because we would have Maxi, who is been he had a great game against Liverpool, and he's been getting better every game. He started lately. I think it is 3 in a row now. And on the other hand, as you mentioned, it would mean that Dalot won't play, and Wan-Bissaka is not so great going forward. So it would relieve some pressure from our left side. So for me, it would be a double bonus, having Maxi and on having Dalot and that offensive right back in their team.
That's interesting. So this is what the Man United fans are saying. It's not what officially is going to happen, but we're just talking about it. Casemiro, obviously back from his suspension, is a massive, massive plus for Man United, unfortunately. Fred, when I spoke to a Man United fan this morning, he thinks Fred will man-mark Bruno, so they'll have the two defensive players there. Casemiro would do more of the forward running. And then you've got Marcus Rashford potentially starting on the left, which I think is a waste out there. I think he needs to play the number 9, to be honest with you. Bruno Fernandes and Anthony. And then Waghorst, who is like a Chris Wood, isn't he, for Man United start. So what do you make of that potential lineup? Where do you think the threats are?
I think they're a very good team, and there are a couple of threats there. I really hope they're still wondering whether Rashford will start. I would. I hope he won't, because he's been really amazing lately. In the last month or so, he's been playing amazing, and I hope he doesn't start. But if he does, you have a threat from him. You have a threat from Bruno Fernandes. Also, Casemiro has been great for them lately. Anthony, as much as he is a show player and everything, I'm not so afraid of him as from these other guys. And but yeah, there are a couple of real threats to look to cover good, and that they can score from. So we have to be careful.
Yeah, definitely. Casemiro being back's huge boost for them, isn't it?
Huge, like Bruno for us.
Real Madrid. Yeah. Absolutely massive. Let's jump into the comments, because there's quite a lot that I've missed now, and then we'll go on to what we think our teams will be. I'm going to cross the road to my local CIU poll. Logistically a winner. Realism too. I like it. London is packed. It is packed. It's absolutely rammed. Has Keith Darionetti interview on Town Road been on yet? I think it has, because I think I've seen clips of it. I'm not too, but Google it. I'm sure I've seen it on YouTube somewhere. It was on Sky earlier, Craig. There you go. It's great, Craig. He was walking his dog. I normally watch a Toon game on my phone in the kitchen, but tomorrow I'm chucking my lass in the kitchen. Getting It's about time he did that. Oh, Falsenineltd scored again. One bonus, Strawberry Place is back with clubs, so easier to add 2-tier to Gallagher End and Lee's Terrace for extra seats. Obviously, all channels have covered that. It's great news that we could potentially expand the stadium. 70,000 or something like that would be absolutely amazing. Been looking for it and can't find it. I'll look once the show finishes. Cool, Craig. It's definitely on YouTube. I'm sure it is. Fernandes is a worry. He's a dirty bastard. Can see him taking Bruno out. I mean, I don't think Bruno will get near Bruno. I think it's more Fred to worry about. So yeah, let's just see what happens. This is just the beginning. It really is. I mean, if you think this is mad, I mean, wait until we get to an FA Cup final as well. Apparently, Shaw may be attacking tomorrow. Miggy will take that. I mean, Miggy gets up and down. It's the other side I'm obviously worried about at times, but we'll see who's playing, really. Tomorrow is a celebration of the 18 months and a bright future. It really is. Apparently, Amanda and husband at Trafalgar Square tonight. They are. Jamie Rubin's there as well. They're all hidden. They'll get spotted eventually, though. I hope someone buys them a drink. I don't think they drink, do they? I know Amanda does. See my dad and Jamie, but not Amanda. Yeah, I haven't seen Amanda. I've definitely seen the other two, though. That was the one of the cooler moments to see since TakeOver. They seem to have true passion for the club. They really do, especially with Jamie being a London. Oh, he's hit the bar from 6 yards. Palace need to score. They've just literally hit the bar from 6 yards. It's easier to miss. No, I'm not going to the game, unfortunately. Fernandes is a dirty rat. Yes, he is. If the officials are fair, Fernandes could get carded out, potentially. Is Amanda on the book face? It's probably on the whiskey. Where's that flag gone again? Where is it? There it is. Smoking a fag with a Colin in the hand. Absolutely love it. Right, so I'm putting two lineups up because there's a lot of conversation going on at the moment of who's going to start on the left-hand side. So this is potentially one option that could happen if Eddie Howe wants to start defensively. So Wilson, Miggy, Joelinton, Willock back if he's fit enough. This is the question. Bruno and Longstaff in the middle, and of course the ever-present back four with Karius in goal. So first of all, I'm going to start with Karius, Mauro. How worried are you Karius is in goal for us because of Nick Pope suspension and obviously Dubravka being suspended?
To be honest, I'm not that worried, and I have some strange feeling that he'll do brilliantly tomorrow, and that he might even be man of the match. I don't know why that is, but he's a quality keeper, and everybody remembers him for that final against Real Madrid, where he did a couple of blunders, but he also may have been under concussion. And people forget that that season he had the most clean sheets in the Champions League. He was probably the best goalkeeper that season, and just was really unlucky in the final to have a probable concussion, and then to go to make those blunders. But he's a quality goalkeeper, and people forget. And I really hope he'll get his redemption story tomorrow and help us win this cup.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually not worried about him at all. Like you said, that final was a one-off. He kept 13 clean sheets in 23 games for Liverpool. You're not a bad goal.
And he had the most in Champions League also that season up until the final.
Yeah, exactly. So this is his time to shine. I know he hasn't played a lot, but he would have trained correctly. That 45 minutes in the Saudi Arabia friendly was very impressive from him. I thought it was excellent. So there's a lot to like about him. I mean, it's not a bad choice for a third choice goalkeeper, is he?
Absolutely.
Then what do you make of the midfield potentially with Willock and Joe Linton? Would you like? I mean, the other team is obviously this one where ASM plays and Joe Linton drops into the back, and Willock then becomes a player on the bench because maybe he's not fit enough. We don't know. There's obviously the discussion over Isak and Wilson as well, which we'll come to next. But who would you like to start? Would you like it to be Joe Linton on the left to make it more defensively, which is the team that really got us there, or would you start the Maverick and really go for it?
Oh, I'll choose Maverick every time. No, I really, I think we did good under some games with Big Joe playing left wing, but for me, he's really being spent there. He's I would say he's a solid left winger, but he's an amazing box-to-box midfielder. And I also think that Willock is probably not 100% for tomorrow. So, and I can see Eddie Howe, since this being the final, wanting to start with more offensive team. So with Maxi on the left. So I think it will be Big Joe in the middle with Longstaff and Bruno, and ASM starting on the left. And I also think Wilson will probably start before Isak because of his experience in England and in big games. So that's my opinion. So we'll see.
That is so true. There were some horrible goalkeeper mistakes in the Liverpool-Real Madrid game the other night as well. It just seems to be a Liverpool-Real Madrid thing, doesn't it? I can't wait for tomorrow. Even Stephen, thanks for joining. I can't wait for tomorrow as well. I am very, very nervous though. Karius is a decent with his feet, a good passer. He is, exactly. I mean, nothing's going to change when it comes to the tactics with how we play. Karius just fits right in. And I know he hasn't played for 2 years, but that friendly against Saudi Arabia, he really wanted to showcase what he could do, and he did that for me. I was quite impressed. Phil, thank you so much for the 249. That's unbelievable. We're trying our best to keep it up, mate. Just no transfer talk, is there? Thanks, Phil, says Leslie, and this is our time. I honestly think it could be, I really do, but we'll just have to wait and see. So you would start ASM. I 60-40 would start ASM. I'm trying to put Eddie's head on and what he would do. He could go defensively just to keep it tight to start with, and then use ASM as an impact sub. That could be a good idea. It could be a bad idea. It's obviously in Eddie Howe we completely trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wilson obviously missed the Liverpool game. Isak, ran his heart out against Liverpool but had no service. Who would you start between them?
I would start Wilson just because of his experience in these kind of matches, and then see in the second half maybe bring Isak if needed. But if Wilson is not 100% fit, I would start Isak then. In that case. Yeah.
This is the thing. Has Wilson got enough legs in him to start the game and be fresh, properly fresh, or are you throwing him in because it's Wilson and he's got the most goals? I mean, Isak is obviously quick. He's got different attributes. He could literally be a big player tomorrow for us, even if it's from the bench, to be fair. Steve, I haven't decided yet. It depends on the kids' situation in the house. And also, I'll be watching it on a stream, which means I'll be behind most people, and I don't want to ruin the game for everybody else. I'll make my mind up tomorrow morning when I wake up. He made some really good saves in that friendly game. We should have been behind. We were actually lucky to win that game 4-0, to be fair. If everyone who can afford to donate to the channel could, even £1, it would really help the channel grow, which it really deserves to do. Not forgetting Blade, who cracks me up. Thanks, Phil. I appreciate that, mate. I really do. I think Eddie will want to keep it tight at the start and go for it after tiring legs in the second half. So that's a really good, valid point. We'll stick with this one just for a little bit, is that Man United did play Barcelona on Thursday. They did beat them. Barcelona are a very informed team at the moment. They beat them 2-1 at home. It was Thursday night. I was hoping it would go to extra time, so it would screw them a little bit more. But unfortunately, they did win. But again, we've had a week off. They haven't had a week off. So if we can take it to extra time tomorrow, I'd rather not. But if we could take it to extra time, we've got to be favourites, haven't we?
I would say in these kind of games, such a big difference. It's like 4-day more rest and prepare time, and can make a big difference. So it's only from Thursday. It's only 3 days. They had a big game. They had to put a lot of effort and strength in that game. So I think that gives us a big starting advantage in this game.
Yeah. Les has got his scoreline in early. Thank you so much for the £5, Les. It makes a massive difference. I promise you that. 3-1 to him tomorrow. Manu play out from the back, and De Gea is useless with his feet. A high press from Joe Wilson-Almiron would cause them real problems. And it did at Old Trafford, didn't it? Let's face it. I mean, the high press that we did, the energy that we had, I know it finished 0-0, but we really should have nicked that game in my eyes. So I'm not scared of Man United tomorrow. I'm just scared of the occasion.
And the referee.
And the referee, yeah. Oh, God, the referee. Do we have to talk about the referee? I'm not talking about stats tonight, by the way, guys, because the cup final is a one-off game. Stats go out the window. Form goes out the window. It's who deals with the occasion the right way and who mentally prepares themselves correctly. And we've got to hope that, we're going to be in that right frame of mind for it. So Wilson, keep Isak potentially for the left later in the game if Maxi isn't getting any joy. That's not a bad idea. I think that Manu's attack formation will be safer from the off with J7. Maxi was fab against Poole, but even then a few times he took a long time to get back up. Not the way in a final. I mean, you would hope that he wouldn't do that in a final, and it would be literally all hands to the pump, to be honest with you. But again, this is Maxi. He's an attacking player. He likes to, but again, he put in a lot of tackles as well. So we know Maxi's changing and trying his best to be what Eddie Howe wants him to be, and we can see that now, can't we?
Yeah, he's been a different player lately, and he needed this start. He couldn't change much coming back from the injury in those cameo appearances, coming like 5-10 minutes at the end of the games. But in his 3 last games when he started, he made a big improvement every game, and he was, for me, our best player against Liverpool the last game, and that's one of the reasons I would give him starting left wing spot tomorrow, because I think he is a player who is big on on confidence and on fan support and everything that. And I think he is now getting back to his full confidence, and he's always good in the big games, special occasions. So that's why I think he could be one of our best players tomorrow again.
Yeah, it could be. Definitely could be. Thank you so much, Carlu, for the $5.99. That's unbelievable. Thank you very much for your support, and I hope you're all enjoying the show. Wishing Newcastle United fans all the best for tomorrow. Fans should be, I think it's Leicester fan. I'm right. I could be wrong. Underdog confidence, exactly. And there's a big thanks. Bigger pitch and negative for our pressing style. You could say that, but you could also say it's to our advantage that will tire them out a lot quicker as well. So, you never know, do you? Thanks for watching today. Gutted for you. definitely must be a Leicester fan because it was heartbreaking. We got beat off Arsenal 1-0.
Dynamo.
You're welcome, Cole from Dublin. 2-1 to the tune. Are you going to Wembley, Baz? Unfortunately, I'm not. Something's gone very wrong, and I can't talk about it at the moment, but I can soon. Varane should have went off for a foul on Wilson, and we should have had a pen in the first 10. Ref bottled it. Yeah, they should have had a pen as well, though, when Longstaff took the lad down. So, but again, it could have been a different story if we put our chances away when Joe Linton hit the bar. And sorry, it was the post, wasn't it? And he came back to him and put it wide. It was gutting. He's not a Man U fan, apparently, but is he? We don't know. Get your raffle tickets in for the draw next month. I'll be getting more soon, guys. Thanks, Les. So we're obviously raffling off Alan Shearer's testimonial shirt and some other merchandise as well. We're trying to raise money for the channel and for charity. Everything that's bought now is just going to charity, though. We've covered the cost of all the merchandise, so we just need to try and get as much money as we can for the charities. If you want raffle tickets, there's my Twitter account. And there's email addresses in the description as well if you want to contact me that way. I take a winning momentum, which Man U have, rather than have a few days rest every day of the week. They are flying. It's another side of it as well, David. You're right. They are on great form at the moment. So the buzz of Thursday night could push them in that 90 minutes. But if it goes to extra time, though, David, do you not think maybe Thursday night not being able to beat us in 90 minutes might play into their legs a little bit? That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, you are down striker, aren't you? You can see since Maxi got run of games, he's improved each time he can, and that's what a lot of people. And even Eddie Howe came out and said it, didn't he, Mara? That Maxi needs to start games and to play games to get better and better.
Yeah, he needs. He's that kind of player. He just is big on confidence, and when you are a dribbler, you just need a big match fitness, and you need confidence to be able to believe in yourself before you commit yourself to the dribble. And as you can see, when he came back from the injuries, when he was coming in from the bench in the end of the games, a lot of times he didn't even want to commit to a dribble. He was passing first, and even in some cases where he probably should have made a dribble or shoot. And now when he's getting more and more confidence, you can just see he's getting back to his former best. And I just looking forward to seeing him tomorrow.
Neil, we covered that. We don't know if Willock would start or not. We're in. I mean, Morrow would start ASM. I'm 60-40 ASM, but there's a chance to put your Eddie Howe head on. He likes that defensive side of Willock that he does with Joe Linton on that left-hand side, the way they interact with each other. It could go either way. We don't know. I would personally start ASM, I think, because I want to see us go for it, but I don't know. It's very tricky, that one. Tanag saying we're an annoying team. Well, Eric, the feeling is mutual times 10 for your lot. I can't believe he said that. Because,
yeah, he did.
I mean, all teams do a bit of time wasting. I mean, what the hell? Dominic Calvert-Lewin's injured again. That's huge for Everton, missing him, and it's a big loss today. I was a bit surprised at that. I still think they'll stay up. Why would we be scared of them? We're not. I'm not scared of them. I'm just scared of the occasion. Tanag Morning shows he's worried, trying to get inside ref and players' heads stuffing. Exactly.
Sure.
I think he is, because, I mean, this is a massive game for him as well.
Yes.
He's ASM and Isaac on after 60 minutes, mark 2-1 to the tune. Any word on Willock's fitness? So Eddie Howe did all his press conferences on Tuesday. He wanted it all done early so he can concentrate on getting the team ready. He said in the press conference that Willock was trying to be fit for the game. So we'll see what happens. Big up as I feel you have to kill United from the off. ASM would be pivotal. That's true. He's a Liverpool fan. Go and check out his channel. I was on his channel earlier this afternoon talking about the game as well. Great guy. He's obviously a Liverpool fan, and he did because Liverpool won this trophy last year, so he's passing the baton on to either Man United or Newcastle to have the trophy for a year. ASM is could be key, but he could be key from the bench as well, Mara. People, if Man United are going to tire, would you rather have ASM coming on fresh than having him on from the start? It's a tactical thing, isn't it, potentially?
Well, since they played on Thursday a tough game against Barcelona, maybe Eddie Howe could use that as a tactic to bring on fresh Isaac and Maxi. Sometimes in like 60 minutes when they get tired more and more, and then they could come in fresh and terrorize them. So just depends what he'll choose for to do tomorrow, whether that approach or just to try to go up on them from the start. So we'll see, but could be either way.
Leslie is with Les, likes what Les has said. He said he's only worried about officials and VAR. I mean, I am as well, because, I mean, let's face it, we're one of the teams that do get... I mean, we have had quite a lot of good decisions that have gone for us, but we've had some horrids against us, though, haven't we? And especially against the Big Six.
Especially against the Big Six, yeah, that's the thing that worries me too. But I just hope that being the final tomorrow, all the eyes on that game, that it will be fair and square, and we don't have any tales from the VAR or referees after tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I see where he's coming from there with that. It's try not to coach ASM too much, because he's a player, he's a maverick, isn't he? But again, he's got to understand his role within the team as well at times. Obviously, Steve Bruce let him do what he wanted to do, and sometimes he was brilliant, sometimes he was shocking. Eddie Howe wants to mould him into an all-round player, which is good coaching, isn't it, Mauro, really, when you think about it?
It is. It's absolutely different style under Eddie Howe than it was under Steve Bruce, because at that time we practically played the bus and just had him as our only attacking threat. Yeah, he was just like absolutely free roll, and he could do what he wants. Eddie Howe wants more tactical approach, wants player pressing more, playing more defense, and I'm just hope he can be that player, because I think if he commits to that, and if he grows with the team and with his attacking talent, he could be a really amazing player. Yeah, just as you said, depends whether he'll commit to that, whether he'll be willing to listen to Eddie Howe. If he does, he could one day become a Newcastle legend, because he absolutely has that talent. Yeah, it just depends on him, practically.
Yeah, Steve, can't thank you enough for that. Thank you so much. It still will be behind the normal TV, though, because it will be on Sky Go, but that'll be a huge help. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I have to buy you a drink when I'm up north next. Yet again, our weak strength in depth could find us out. They have a much better squad than us, a much stronger set of options to bring on depending on the situation. I agree with that, Mick, but again, we're only, a few windows into this new regime. That it's always going to be expected at this point. We weren't really expecting to get to a final, were we? When we think about the start of the season, we all said a cup run, not a final, a cup run, and a top 10 would be an amazing feat. We're fifth, we're in a final, and this squad of players deserve their chance to write their name in history. And we're just going to have to, because who will be on the Willick and Isaac, the two standout players on the bench. So there's 13 players there who could really make a massive difference to this new era that we're going into. So you just never know. Likes and shares on most people for a great panel and quality channel. Keep it up, bossing it, bars. Thanks, pal. I appreciate that, mate. ASM to score the winner, could you imagine? If ASM scores the winner, you've got to run around naked with that Christmas tree. I'd be willing to do that. if ASM scores the winner and we win the cup, that Christmas tree is never coming down.
This is a cup tree. It can't stay until June. I'm sorry. My wife will kill me.
Thanks, pal. Honestly, I really appreciate it. After the first half, Man U will be knackered, no worries. There could be, couldn't there? Guys, while we're going through the comments, because we're coming to the end of the show, please drop in your predictions for the game. I'd like to know your thoughts on what you think the scoreline is going to be. Just the thought I had. Oh, right, well, there we go. It's a shame they can't bring in a group of officials from Europe for cup finals for fairness. Do you know what it is, Gareth? Someone mentioned that before, and it was on a few weeks back, wasn't it? I would be up for that. And I think it's time that we actually try to steal the best officials around the world. We've got the best league in the world, so we should have the best officials in the world as well, shouldn't we?
Yeah, there are English referees refereeing other leagues around Europe, even Middle East, and even I think Australia. They had them, and but not other way around. And some of the leagues use it, especially for big games, big occasions. And I would be totally up for that. And I think at some games, sometimes quality of the refereeing in England has been appealing, really, and shocking in some cases, both VAR and regular referees, and I'd be up for that definitely.
Yeah, I think Les is on the drink already. Gary has to score the winner by doing a Philly Balbert chip. Come on, guys, get your predictions in. There's no predictions in the chat yet. At least you'll be able to get to watch every Newcastle game, live without worrying about buffering. Yeah, honestly, Steve, I really appreciate it. That would be a massive help, to be honest. I did have my partner's dad's login, but it doesn't work anymore, so I just forgot all about it. Goal and Fergie time to win. It is the dream. Yeah, by the way, we've also had a lot of games moved for Sky, so it is going to be crazy the amount of times we're on Sky. I'd love to see Longstaff or Byrne get the winner. Geordie's obviously pulls on the heartstrings, that doesn't it, if one of them get the winner.
Absolutely. I'd like to see Byrne scoring over Martinez from a corner or something. It would be amazing.
Let's get 4 goals in the first 10 minutes, then just play for time for 80 to P of 10 hours. I would love that. 3-1, the only United, Bruno, Longstaff and Wilson. Barry Deshaun Longstaff hit the bench as Newcastle after 2 central midfielders this summer. I want... I think it's Ugata and Madison, then get Diaby. And I think Sean becomes I've always said this, Sean will be an excellent squad member for us. He won't complain. He's a local lad. He'll want to be involved in one way or another. Yes, he'll want to play games, and he will play games because we'll have European football, free cup competitions to be in with the league. And you've got to have a squad to rotate around. So Sean Longstaff will hit the bench if we get quality players in. And I think he knows that himself, but he will keep fighting for that shirt. And that's what we need. We need people on the bench who want to fight and push the players who are in the 11 to keep playing at a high standard. And if the standards drop, there's people on the bench to come in. And that's what we need.
Absolutely.
2-1-2 win, Bruno the winner. I would love Bruno to get the winner, actually. His first game back after suspension. Oh, Liverpool have hit the bar now. Still 0-0 though. I've got 3 little bets on 1-0, 2-1, 3-1. Nice. If you go on Sky, I think you can group bet. You can actually get that in one bet. Because I did it with the West Ham game once. I did 3-0, 3-1, 3-2 to Newcastle, and we won 3-2. That was when Willock got the winner when they equalised and we went up the other end and he scored that header. 2-1 Newcastle, Rashford scores first, Trippier free kick and Maxi to score the winner. I think if we go behind, I think we'll struggle to win the game, to be honest with you. 1-0, keep it tight with a Trippier free kick. He's due one. He started the era. Yes, he is due one, to be fair. 1-0, think it will be Karius to make a save in pens. The Cells needs to get another yellow card without even playing. I would love to see that on the touchline. Bruno scores the winner. It works as well. Just I tried it on the Xbox and the phone app. Both played excellent at the same time. Oh, brilliant. I'll get it on the TV if I can download the app then, 100%. Because with Europe next season, we can't afford to let any of these players from the FA Cup anywhere near that squad. From the FA Cup. Oh, yes, the Sheffield Wednesday game. Yeah, sorry. I had a bit of a mind fart there. Yeah, they weren't great. The Cells got the first goal in the Carabao Cup against Tranmere in the first game, 92nd minute for him. Because you imagine if he came on and he scored the first and then scored the winner. That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
It would be, absolutely.
I'll have to go 3-1, Wilson, Bruno, ASM. I do think the first goal was set up the winner, so better be us. Yeah, this is the thing. I think whoever scores first normally. I mean, finals, let's face it, Mauro. Finals are normally boring. They're very low scoring. Both teams are on edge. There's only an FA Cup game against West Ham and Liverpool. I remember it being 3-3 and 4-4 or something, or 4-3 in extra time. It was a mental game. But other than that, every other cup game has been very, very dull, very low scoring. So what is your scoreline?
Mine. I will use all my lucky charms. So I would say again, my lucky 1-0 prediction and my lucky Christmas tree. I throw them all in for a win tomorrow. I do hope for a bigger win, but I'll say 1-0 and hope it will get us to this one game. But also it could be a possible result because, as you said, the cup finals are always a lot of tactics. When you go all the way coming to the final, you don't want to get a goal early. So teams are usually very cautious and starting slowly and then building up into the game. So probably won't be a big scoreline. So I'll keep it 1-0 for tomorrow.
I think so too. Before I come to my scoreline, I'll just quickly ask you again, guys, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button so you know when we're live, hit that thumbs up on the way out. That's the raffle prizes. There is more prizes to give away as well, so please consider buying some tickets for that. The money's going to charity. That's what we give away today. It was a Warren Barton signed shirt, so well done, Scott Moran, for that. And to be within a chance of winning a prize, we normally do one a month or one every 2 months. You need to be a member, so thank you so much to all these people who are. This list does need updating, but thank you so much for being members. And the link's at the top of the chat if you want to become a member. 99p a month, it's absolutely nothing, and it makes a massive difference for us to buy prizes, give money to charity, and all this sort of stuff as well. So we do try our best. If Lascelles has played more, we'd have loads more goals from set pieces. He's the only one who attacks the ball. I agree with that, Craig. I actually do. I think Lascelles is very good in the opposition box. The problem is we need Bruno and Shaw for defensive qualities. That's the issue. Mara, I'd love that 1-0. I think we'd all love the 1-0. If we don't park the bus after scoring, we could smash it potentially. We're loving if Karius scores from a long-range goal kick. Rashford scores an own goal, then Fernandes sent off for whining. Love to see Fernandes, the rat, get sent off. I think we all would. Trippier will have his hands full with Rashford, getting in behind him every time he comes forward. Rashford is a big worry for us. He's their big danger man. He's in fire at the moment. But Trippier is very clever. He might not have the pace that he used to have, but his positioning is fantastic, and he knows when to foul, when not to foul. So I'm not kind of worried about that. I'm more worried when Rashford moves into the middle, to be honest with you, which he normally does in the second half. So let's see what happens. That would be gold, says Roger Tekendo. Does the raffle take everything, or do you split them? Oh, yeah, there's loads of different prizes, mate, Steve. There's one prize for the shirt, one prize for a Keegan shirt, one prize for another Keegan shirt. There's 5 badges that are split into 5 prizes. And I think I've got a Stephen Taylor signed photograph to give away as well, which is the booby prize. I agree on the cells, definitely. And the last one, I'd be great to see the media in meltdown if you win the cup. It really would be, wouldn't it?
It would.
So my prediction, I did say earlier on the Liverpool fans channel, 1-1. And I'm sticking with 1-1, and I think we're going to win it in extra time. I honestly do. I think we're going to be fresher in extra time. I know they've got a bigger bench, better players on it, but I just think Thursday night, if we take them into extra time, it goes into our advantage, and I think we win the game that way. But I think we're going to win it, but it's going to be an absolute nail-biter. It really is. Burn, Jolinton and Shaw to get booked is my prediction for the game. I think that might be decent odds on that, to be fair, Foxy. You might want to have a look at that. I think I will now, to be fair. It will be amazing. Exactly. If we win, it's going to be unbelievable. If you guys want me to do a watch along, drop a comment after the show and say yes, you want to watch along, and I'll do it. I'll kick it off early so we can do a good build up to it. I'm nervous as anything to do the game, but it all depends on the kids as well. So I'll see what I can do for you guys. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Please consider becoming a member and all that sort of stuff. I'm favoured to win the Taylor sign for. Get some more tickets paid then. Cool, Steve. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to the mods, Lee and Leslie, who have been in, and everybody else who supports the channel. We're going to do a watch-along tomorrow as long as I can do it. I will do it. Thank you, Mauro, as always, for being a part of the channel. I really appreciate your support, as always. Yeah, Joe Linton to Chris Casemiro and Fred, I'd love that. But yeah, so game kicks off at 4:30 tomorrow. I'll try and go live at 4 o'clock. Problem is, it's right in the middle of the kids' tea. 5 o'clock, the kids have tea, you see. It's a horrible time kicking off at 4:30. So I will do my best, guys. And I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Take care till then.
Bye.